Hey guys, Reason More back with a review. This is on a particular piece of furniture for gaming. It's a Respawn brand gaming chair with a racing seat style gaming chair. And before we get started with the actual review and the very quick apology about the length of the video, as always, please hit the like and subscribe button if you find this helpful. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I completely assembled this chair. Didn't take much more than 20 minutes. Took a lot longer because I was trying to film it and make sure everything is visible. But you can put this thing together inside of 20 minutes pretty easily. Comes with the Allen keys you need. All the parts and pieces come with it as long as it's not missing anything, which would be a factory or store issue. This was a $150 price range chair. So later on, you're going to see me do a comparison video between this chair at $150 versus like an $88 to $100 chair that can also be bought at places like Amazon. This chair was purchased at Sam's Club, although they do sell it online elsewhere. It was $150. I've seen them go down to as low as $140, as high as $160 and $170. Just depends on where you buy it from, really. But as far as the video itself, what it's going to include is basically a rundown of everything that you do to assemble the chair. I'm going to run through all the pieces and parts right here. Shouldn't take too terribly long. The video will be sped up. This isn't really like a step-by-step instruction guide. It's just meant to kind of give you a basic idea of what you need. If you want to actually see what's happening, I do it step by step. I don't skip anything. And my advice would be, if you need it, slow it down, get on YouTube and reduce the speed by about half, and you'll see basically everything that's done. The instructions that come with it are very self-explanatory. The one thing I will say about the initial piecing together of this particular item relates directly to the wheels, which I thought was a little interesting, or the caster wheels, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. And you can skip ahead about 1 minute to see that explanation. Alright, so the casters are basically the little wheels that are on them. They install like any other set. However, with this one, the instructions don't indicate that you need to have a snapping sound happen. I think the bearing on there, rather the washer, the little spring washer that's on the pegs, I think they're meant to give it resistance enough to hold in place, and I don't feel like they're going to fall out of there. But I pushed as hard as I felt comfortable on this chair before I was really going to break it, and I could not get that pop to actually go in there like with some other chairs, including the chair I purchased for my wife, which looks like this one doesn't actually, but it's not as high quality as this chair. So it doesn't actually make that popping noise. Just I think that washer creates a great deal of resistance and prevents the wheels from falling out. And of course, you're also sitting on it, which is going to prevent it from falling out as well. But I could not actually get them to pop into place, no matter how hard I pushed on there, at least to where I felt comfortable, and I didn't want to sit there and break my brand new chair over it. So I basically just popped them in there, left them in there, and the instructions say nothing about them popping in place. So I think they just go in there. As long as they're in there snug, you're good to go. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong, because I'd love to fix my chair if there's something wrong with it. But I feel pretty comfortable with it the way it is. The next 5 minutes or so of the video is going to be just me going point by point through it and putting the chair together. If you want to skip ahead a bit to install the back of the chair, that's at 9:20 in this video. So if you just go to 9 minutes 20 seconds, you'll find that. As far as the material, it's leather, but I'm sorry, it's PU leather, meaning it's fake leather, but it's made like with leather parts. It's a very strange material, but it feels very nice. Doesn't feel like it's made of plastic. Basically, feels pretty supple relative to other stuff that's out there. So it's not leather, obviously, but again, the flaw with leather is the high expense. So this is kind of the meeting in the middle here. It's high quality fake leather, more or less. As far as the weight concerns, I'm about 215 pounds and I feel perfectly comfortable in it, even with the leg extender out and the seat leaned back. So I wasn't too worried about that. That's all I really got to say about this part. The rest of the video up until 920 is just installing this thing point by point and getting the levers put in and the piston put in where it needs to go. So you can just skip to 920 to see the stuff about the back of the chair. Alright, so here's the install of the back of the chair. The main thing I want to focus on here is simply to make very, very sure that the bolts are in their level, because there is a little bit of play between the holes for the bolts and the actual threading where the bolts tack on to the actual chair. So you potentially, even with those 3 bolts in place, as you're going to see in just a moment, it can still be slightly off kilter. I noticed that after I'd gotten the chair put together, I was looking at it, told my wife, honey, does that look a little funny to you? And I said, it looks like to me it's angled slightly to the left, and it was. So I just had to unscrew it and kind of get the angle right and make sure it was tightened at the right angle. So just be careful with that, and just be aware of it. I will say I was a little nervous about stripping these because the bolts are good, but they're not that good. And I'm always afraid I'm going to cross thread it and ruin the actual threads on these things. So just be careful and mindful of that. It will be snug. It will not go in there smooth as butter or anything, so it will be snug. So if you have that fear of cross threading and messing up your threads, this is when it'll happen. Just be very cognizant of it. Make sure, like, if you feel like, man, this is really getting hard, it shouldn't be impossible to turn with the Allen key, but it should definitely it's not going to go in super duper smooth. That's just indicative of the mass production nature of this particular item. Alright, the next bit of this video is just me testing my weight on it to make sure this thing doesn't fall apart and fall over. If you skip to 1311, you'll see the install of the armrests, which are actually pretty cool, so you might want to go to that. It's in 1311. All right, so I really like these armrests. I think it's kind of a cool thing. I think there's a lot of chairs that are on the higher end that do this, but the lower end chairs certainly don't. In fact, the gaming chair I bought for my wife, that thing is just fixed. They don't adjust up and down or either way. These armrests do not adjust up and down, but they do adjust swing, 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 swing. But they do adjust with the actual reclining of the chair. So you want to recline this chair back, the armrests go with it. So you don't have to you never have to worry about basically your armrest getting caught up with your chair or anything, or it being like super, unpleasant. Additionally, there's also good bits of padding on top of the armrest, and all this padding is very, very good. It's nice and thick. It's very soft. And a lot of the cheaper chairs, the sub $100 chairs, the $100 chair range, they're very, very thin on the padding they use. So just be aware of that. For like the extra 50, 60 bucks you're paying for this chair, you're getting a whole lot more cushioning relative to the other chairs. It's really where the bulk of this for me is. The armrests are great. The other little features are fine, but the biggest part about this chair relative to the other price point that's a little bit lower is the padding. The padding is there. There's plenty of it. The weight range is basically the same. The cheaper chairs can hold just about the same amount of weight. It's just how comfortable is that person who weighs that much. And these are very, very plushy chairs compared to the cheaper models. And if you skip to about 6:13 in the video, you'll get to see the actual armrest moving back and forth and kind of see how that works. It's kind of neat. And I've not seen it on many other chairs outside of like some other higher end chairs that I did not want to spend that much money on. So again, around 16:13, I want to say, you'll be able to actually see the armrest doing what they're supposed to do. And guys, that is my video, and we are all done. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button. If you have any questions for me, please ask. We're using the chair now, and I'm going to do a quick update video comparing a lower end chair to this one, just so you can kind of see the difference, because I realize that some folks who are buying in that $100 range might be better served by upping their budget by about $50 if they're able, or maybe just saving for an extra month or so to get to that range, because it is very, very different just that what $50 can do with regards to comfort in a chair. So we'll see that in the next video I post after this. I'll make a short playlist, like 1 or 2 videos. Thanks for watching again, guys. Have a great day.